Welcome back to the Big Fat Psychic channel. I'm so pleased to be reading again for you today. Okie dokie, so we're going to look at the Harry's royal invite to Invictus. Okay, so yeah, let's have a look. What did Harry, is it true? No, is it true? Yes or no? Has Harry invited the royal family? I think he's been told to. I definitely feel he's being told to, because they're losing money left, right and centre. I think the interest as well for the Birmingham one is not going well at all. So he's hoping that just by, inviting one of the royal members, or two of them in particular, that this would draw more interest. Have Invictus, been the ones to insist upon a royal invite? I think at this time, it's rumours. Oh, by the way, both Neil Sean and Lily of Barbados, I saw that for a few minutes, and they validated me. It is just rumour and speculation about Harry and the unaliving of oneself. So again, we've got more rumours as well here. So, maybe Invictus are hoping that these kind of rumours will draw one of them in. How does the king feel about this story of Harry, sending an olive branch out? I don't believe it for 1 minute, think he's lost the plot. Do you know what? I can hear one of them, not the King or William, but somebody else, a male. I just keep getting, he's been smoking so much of that wacky backy. How does the king see Harry right now? His mum's deaf. He's just like his mother. Likes to show off as well. Very creative. I don't know. I feel like, yeah, there's a Diana bit in there. In a nutshell, he's seeing that Harry's the way he is because of his mother. Which has been said all the way through since he was a child, okay? So he might be a pain in the ass and we don't like him at times, but is he like that way because, he lost his mum? Yeah, I would definitely say there's no escaping that factor. But he didn't have to stay that way, did he? He didn't have to stay that way. He still doesn't have to stay that way. He has a choice. How does William feel about this Invictus rumour that Harry's inviting William? Yeah, you're ill, mate. You're ill. You honestly, you're ill. That's what I get. I think, is this a situation that William is dealing with separate to Harry? Yes or no? Just yes or no, universe? Yes. So, there's a lot of illness in the family at the moment. I mean, you've got the king, there's Catherine's issues, and then you've got like another gentleman as well who's not, not feeling too good. I just feel like a lot of darkness here. And it's as if, William feels, well, idiot, my dad won't be alive by the time that Birmingham event comes around. Is that what he's thinking? Yes or no? No. Okay. What is he thinking? So much going on, you know. So much going on. So maybe not so much that he won't be around in when the Invictus games come, but that, you know, people, his dad and others are suffering. You know, this couldn't come at a waste time, Harry, for you to play your PR theatrics. Have any of the royals received an invitation? Well, I would say if they haven't, they're getting one. Obviously, you've got all they found out through the news papers about this and social media. So yeah, they will get an invitation. What does Harry hope to achieve by doing this? I have to say before, what does Harry want to achieve by doing this? Let's get this one first. I'll give him you know, a minute to put things right, to use it to the advantage as well. But that's not going to happen. The king won't go, and William won't be going either. And can you imagine? So they get an invite, and then they're going to say, oh, well, we'll need to have this meeting about that. We'll have to have this meeting with William and the king about that. The king and William know exactly what Harry's up to. Will the king accept Harry's invitation and attend? Love it. No. No, because there's other stuff in the way, you know. You've got the security case as well. You don't know whether that is coming up. And also, you know, with all the stunts that they keep pulling and Meghan, you just can't. How to solve a problem like Meghan. That's what it is. And William, how does William feel about, you know, will he attend? Absolutely not. No, look at that. There's nothing but lies as well, telling lies. So I think he's hoping, you know, there's no way you can change this man, William's mind, okay? Right now, he is set on obliterating Harry and Meghan from the royal family. So, will the royal family decide to send somebody else? They really don't want to be sending anybody, you know. They really don't. And this is 2 years away, so can you imagine all this talk and bullshit for the next 2 years? Is the king going? You know, is William going? It'll just be on and on and on. So they are worried, and there isn't much talk of this. Okay, right now it's just something they're hearing about. There's not much talk. There's no planning at all involved in this. But I'll tell you what, if there was one person I was going to send, it would be Mr. Tyndall. I saw him a few years ago regarding Invictus. I did a read on him and somehow he ends up in there. I also said as well that there was a guy with acid on his face. Or it looked like acid. I think he's called Simon Westbourne or Weston. Somehow he was involved as well later. This came at a time when he thought Invictus was struggling to go ahead. So, you know, this is a struggle. How do Birmingham Council feel about this? Will they foot the bill? They ain't got no money, okay? So they certainly can't be seen to be flying high with Invictus at all. And being that it's Harry's pet project and the stunts that he's pulled, I think the council are in an impossible situation. So it's inevitable that the council are going to say, well, we ain't got the money. So what will how will Invictus feel about Birmingham and hosting the Invictus Games? How will Invictus feel? The problem they see is the financing of it. Everything else would go well, they think, you know. It's just the funding. They're aware as well about issues with the councils, and especially Birmingham not having their money. So it's like they can't let that spoil it. They want it to go ahead. Everything else, you know, seems to be good to go. Maybe the area that they can use, you know, the buildings, the security, where people can come in, the visitors and stuff like that, and how beneficial it would be to Birmingham. Yeah, let's see how you'll feel when you're getting mugged, you know, in broad daylight, and you ring the police and they turn around and say, oh yeah, it happens all the time, sorry. Or how about all the young kids that are terrorising you on the streets as well, witnessing the drugs, witnessing this, witnessing, you know, high levels of crime. Yeah, let's see how they feel. Well, the Invictus Games go ahead in Birmingham as planned. And there you have Megan. Right, so I feel like, you know, the Birmingham council will be accused by a woman who is angry as hell that, you know, they could find money for this and not money for that. I just see a really destructive woman here. It's I feel, is that Megan? Yes or no? Just yes or no, universe, please. No, it's another woman who is angry. Will criticise this, you know, say this is all at a bad time, you know. How can this go ahead when there's so much going on in the country and financially? I think she is Invictus's biggest problem. How, you know, how does this, how will Invictus feel about this woman? Yeah, gold digger, money, 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 asking for more money. In fact, I think at this point, just pushing it more and more and more. I just feel like maybe it would be suggested that Invictus pay the council. Would that happen? No, I think it's to do with, closer to do with Harry. Because he's there, pathetic, he's there, pathetic. So hypothetically, if it went ahead, would it be Mike Tyndall that attends? Oh yes, oh yes. We'd just love him, wouldn't we? He's more royal than Harry. Harry would be well pissed off, you know, if you sent in Mike Tyndall, because he's a true sportsman. He's a true royal, okay? I know he married in, but, you know, look at him. He's managed to keep two things at once, you know. His personality, but then still abide and show respect for and loyalty to the royal family. So, yeah, I do think he would go. And I've seen it, you know, I've seen it, because in the end, everybody wants Tyndall. Nobody wants Harry. Now, Harry being insecure and all that, how would he feel, you know, if the royals sent Mr. Tyndall? Yeah, he wouldn't be happy, look, would he? Inferior. He would not be happy one bit. You know, you can't say you want somebody to attend from royalty and then, you know, trying to get rid of it when it's not what you want. There's no way King or William would be seen dead with Invictus supporting Harry. And the only reason they would worry about it, do you know what? Scrap worrying about this over, you know, Invictus, King and William, because you've got enough on your plate. You've absolutely got enough on your plate. And all the damage that Harry has done and continued to do, and that, you know, awful, awful wife of his. Ugh, dear me. I mean, Harry's set to lose more than he gains here. Okay, so he would lose. By inviting the royals, he loses big time. And especially if they, you know, sees Tyndall. I don't think they'll, you know, people have asked me, do you think it would be Andrew and Fergie? I doubt it. Well, I say I doubt it, but, you know, you've got working on things. I would send one, I wouldn't send any more, you know, send Andrew. I think, you know, Fergie and Andrew would be quite happy to go. Is that right? I get an uneasy feeling there. Would Andrew be happy to go? Something in writing not seen, so we're going to get another story about Andrew. And definitely, I don't think he'd want to be in earshot of Meghan Markle neither. So I think we rule him out. I think, you know, send Tyndall is Harry's worst enemy. How would Invictus feel if Mike Tyndall was to go? They would love it. They would absolutely love it. It's like Harry will freak out. Harry will freak out and say, absolutely not. This isn't happening. It would cause, you know. So is it, why would Harry have the problem? Why would Harry have a problem about Mike Tyndall? I'm asking the cards, like, we already know. Because that's not what he wants, you know. He wants somebody senior. And he can't have what, you know, he'll fret about it and fret about it and fret about it. The comparisons would be made between Tyndall and Harry. And what would Meghan have to say about this if Tyndall was to go? If Tyndall was to go, she'd make sure the children go. Is he happy? Why would Meghan be happy? Because it's someone from the past coming back up. But also, as well, not sincere. Not sincere. Tyndall, you know, Mike Tyndall, in those comparisons in Invictus, would be more liked. How would the, you know, teams, the players, the participants of Invictus feel about Mike Tyndall, you know, coming on board? They'd love it. You know, look at that. Yes, at last, you know, bring some stability to us as well. They would see it as a great thing, as even a recognition from the royal family, like a blessing as such. How would Mike Tyndall feel about going to Invictus? Do I have to? Do I have to? I think, you know, it's something that was discussed a while ago. Probably as a joke. As well, you know, there's such a, you know, on Mike Tyndall's part, he's thinking as well, there's such a lot going on with the king and everybody else, you know, there's a couple of members, you know, poorly. And I tell you what, I did predict Fergie. I predicted 3 at the same time with cancer. So Fergie seems to be under the belt, but I don't think it is. I think, you know, she's a goner with that. What challenges do Invictus and Harry face regarding the Invictus games going ahead? Being told no, you know, from the Birmingham Council. They just haven't got the money, and it would be such a bad look as well for things. I can only say that, you know, the council's situations go from bad to worse over the next year or two. If Harry wants Invictus in the UK, he's going to have to pay for it. How do the Invictus team management feel about getting the funding in place? I just don't see it, you know, going ahead as such in that way. It's either, at the end of the day, they're given a choice. Fund it yourself, or don't, you know, it can't go ahead, and that's it. How will Harry feel about being told that? Fund it yourself, or it can't go ahead? He won't give up, you know, so it looks like it's going to somehow go ahead, and then, but they have to pay for it. He's not giving up. It's his ego, isn't it? Is this Harry's ego? I've said it's in Birmingham and it will be in Birmingham. Yeah. Absolutely. I've just got some kind of speech about his mother as well. I am sick to death of hearing about it, and no doubt so is William. You know, let's ask, how on earth does William feel about Meghan's latest, you know, wine on Diana's birthday? I think there'll be news about that, okay? I just feel like there'll be news about that. I think he'll make a statement. Will William make a statement? Absolutely. So I can get rewarding somebody for extraordinary talent. I think that's to do with, you know, does William believe that is down to knighting the Beckhams? No. So, I see delays here, someone not interested. Careful what you say. And not to be relied upon. Meghan might think she's going to go ahead and do something, you know, extraordinary. But I think William is going to up that without being intentional. So Meghan isn't the reason or the motive. He's thinking of doing something else. I don't know why, but I've got Diana Awards. Why am I thinking Diana Awards? So this wine isn't all that it's cut out to be. At all. The only thing do you know what? The one thing I do like about that wine, and it's not the taste or the bottle or anything, it's the name, Pulsar. If I'd have come up with that, I'd have thought it was genius. Because at the time when I was thinking about it, and I know, you know, we don't have to get excited, but what I'm saying is, the Pulsar thing, it's a good one. You can just picture yourself with a bottle near the pool, and it just sums it up, you know, that is a nice way of spending the afternoon, passing the time away by the pool with a glass of wine. So, you know, if that had been me, I'd have been happy with that. But because it's come from Meghan, and we know, you know, it comes from a place of hate, then, and trying to ruin things and capitalise, I just think, you know, she's going to get eaten alive by the reporters on this and for this. And let me guess, you know, they sell out after 3. So I think there's some kind of exposure here with this bottle of wine. So let me just ask, what will be the outcome for Meghan regarding this new wine on Diana's birthday? I don't, you know, I kind of feel like she won't be able to go ahead as such in the way that she wants. So I'm getting, no, not just yet. So maybe he's warning letters going off here. Is Prince William, what action is he taking regarding Meghan putting wine out on his mother's birthday? What action? He's on it. He's on it, okay? So it'll be, you know, do anything, find anything out about this wine, find anything out about Meghan's plans, you know. So I think Meghan's not going to be pushing this wine as she wants. I think William's got something going there. Do you know what? It's like people, even us now, we're just used to and all these stunts. So is everybody else. Nobody actually sits down and calls her out on an interview. You know, that's why she does silly interviews, because she can control what's said to her and what's put to her as well. How does Harry feel about Mike Tyndall? That, you know, Mike Tyndall being a sportsman and all this, that and the other, and loyal and, you know, a good fit with their family. Well, that's false. That's false. I used to see him when I was out. So what? Yeah, he won't like that at all. It's like a showing up. Okay, so for now, what's the outcome of, Harry putting all this crap all over the papers? What's the outcome for Harry inviting the family and Invictus? Yeah, she's going to look a mug. Doing things the wrong way. You're getting into arguments with the Birmingham Council. You got the thing with the King. And you'll hear stories about Harry losing his temper. They're trying to cover something up, and that's why they'll be using the Birmingham Invictus. There's something going on behind the scenes that, is not a great success at all. And so Harry thinks by doing this, it's going to make things better. Outcome for Meghan in this. She's wondering, will it go ahead at all? She's going to be focusing right now on that one. I'm getting you can't stop now, but it won't go ahead as planned. And obviously, she's not going to get the success neither. Do you know what? I kind of feel like these two are in trouble. Where this charity is involved. Tell me a little bit more about the wildcard reverse, please. Yeah, not going ahead. Council. We can't stop now, Harry. Asking, are they going to ask King Charles for money for Invictus? Oh, you're joking me. You're joking me. Absolutely. Papa, I need to meet with you. We need some funds. And what will the response be? Don't throw good money after bad. Yeah, look at that. Don't trust. I think the King and William will be expecting Harry to go cap in hand. Outcome for the King, please, regarding Invictus in Birmingham. You're on your own, Harry. You're on your own. If Birmingham say you can't afford it, you have to stick with that. It's just bad luck, bad timing. So you're not going to get support from the King financially either, Harry. Okay, what about William? What's the outcome for William in this? He's furious. Yeah, look at that. He's furious. But right now, he's getting something, he's focusing on this one. And what would be the outcome, please, for Mike Tyndall? I think, it's that he would be invited on, if you're going to attend as well. It's like his advice would be sought by Invictus. I think, we'd all be amazed at him and how good he is at it as well. I'm sure Invictus would find it's better with Tyndall rather than Harry. Oh, Harry would overrate Paddy. So, what's the outcome for Invictus and the team? Got to find a way of paying for it, you know. You got to find a way of paying for it. And they feel actually stuck, you know, with Harry. How do Invictus people feel towards Harry? He's not liked at all. And the management of it as well, you know. You don't depend on somebody else to pay the way. What you have to do is pay your own way. So there's kind of like a discussion about that. That doesn't actually go down too well either. So it's like the Invictus team haven't even had anything truly confirmed as well. There's a lot of delays here and suspicions. And I think they're suspicious of Harry as well. Outcome for Harry's reputation regarding Invictus all around the world. What will be the his reputation? Well, in some ways about getting better, you know. Oh, they'll have to move on, they'll have to move forward, they'll have to find another way, you know. So the press and that will probably paint him as I don't know, a hero. It's find a way, you know. You haven't got the money, so find a way to get it yourself. Will, and last card, will Harry find the money for Invictus? Well, he'll worry sick about it. It's you know, a big worry. So Harry's not going to be able to find the money himself. He's going to have to depend on other people. Does it go ahead? Well, I see that they're determined. But it's just, you know, finding out that they ain't got the funding. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, Mr. Tyndall, get in there. Get in there. If Tyndall attends, would Invictus want him back? You bet they would. You bet they would. They'd have a battle on their hands, but, you know, many of Invictus people would want that as well. He's a good guy, is Tyndall. You know, he's got a nice energy about him, but obviously he doesn't take no prisoners. And just his respect for Zara and her family and and Margaret. You know, you can't knock him, really. You can't knock him. I think Tyndall would get in a wheelchair as well. You know. And stuff, so I think he would be good for morale. And it's also Harry's worst nightmare. Okay guys, that's it from me. I'll be back soon with another reading. Bye now. Bye bye.